looks good. I think we're all ready to go. Get in the game. So we have pretty much completed this area now. I think I'm going to do some more work on the mountain for now. I know that I suppose mountain is the place to do work. Still have a lot more work to be done up there. Yeah, obviously, it's very much a work in progress. Yeah, I guess we're gonna do some work in the work in progress. Just down here, we still need to do some work, actually. Let's do this region here, because this is going to be visible actually from down here, isn't it? Just about. Yes, I think it is. It's definitely visible from down here, actually. But let's get it a bit more up to scratch. So let's just do this whole area here then. Good idea. No snow on this by the look of it. I think it's too low down for snow. Maybe we can build it up a little bit specifically for the purposes of getting some snow in there. There's a nice valley here as well. Nice opportunity for a valley. What's going to be in there? Hard to say at this point. We could maybe bring the jungle up there a little bit. And over this side we're going to have a beautiful alpine hillside. Actually, that's probably what we'll do, is probably cover this particular mountain with trees. I think that should work nicely, and maybe we can fit in a river base here, going down here I suppose, and into the ravine. But yeah, that should work. Okay. Let's start with lift brush, I think. I'm going to use a lift brush. Oh, no, let's do a melt brush. Use a melt brush fairly liberally. Whoops, that's the wrong brush, isn't it? Right, so just going to use the second function of the melt brush here, and the purpose of this is going to be to create a more cohesive shape. So I'm going to use it basically to fill in any gaps, and then we can work kind of on top of that. So I'm actually going to size this up just a little bit. Make this a little bit quicker. I mean, it is going to swell in some ways that we don't really intend, but it's okay. We need to pack on mass at this point. That's the main key focus here. I'm realizing as I'm doing this actually that this is a far superior method of building a mountain than the one that I did with the triangles, and I really regret doing anything with the triangles now, actually. Whoops. But it's okay. We'll deal. I think a combination of triangles and rocks is probably a good way, but this creates a much more interesting surface than the triangle does. I mean, triangle, it's very hard to get the detail back in there once it's gone. Very difficult to put that detail back into the build. So, to be fair, mostly it's on the seaside anyway. The mountains, the flat side, the flat surfaces. So I think we're okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to start working a little bit further down there. Hello, welcome back, friend. How are you this morning? I saw you yesterday. You were intrigued by my building, and you wanted to see more, but you had to go to bed. Am I right? Maybe I can. If you're going to have to do a similar thing today, maybe I can do it a little bit earlier for you. Show you around a little. what I'm doing at the moment is I'm over here now on the right hand side from where I was building yesterday, and I'm building this area here, which is just about visible from the main build. It's also a fairly important part of the build. Okay, well, hopefully, if you're still here at the end, I will show you all around, and we can have a good look. The reason I try not to do it during the stream is that people keep coming in and going all the time, and I would be just forever touring the whole build, which would probably get me more views, actually. Goodness me. 3 AM. That is bedtime, to be fair. It's well past bedtime. Like, goodness me. Nearly time for getting up. So this isn't really doing very much at the moment, this brush, but this is the main focus here is filling in. So I should kind of make sure that I'm focusing on that. So this would just, as I say, fills out some gaps. I'm usually in bed by fairly early, like a loser. In fact, I'm usually in bed by about 10 PM. So yeah, just process that one real quick. We tend to get a weird crowd on this stream. Well, crowd, a weird group on this stream of various people, because of course it is a weird time for almost everybody except for the Australians. Hello, hi, how are yes. I will show you what I'm doing. I'm building this mountain here. Specifically, I'm working on this area here, and presently I'm gap filling. So I'm turning these rocks into a more cohesive shape. And you chat with Mr. Mauled by a Nerd, or at least I'm chatting at him. I don't know that it's really a two-way conversation. Yes, so it should be known that this is a PC installation. You can't do these tricks, unfortunately, on any other version, as far as I'm aware. I don't think there are any World Edit or Voxel Sniper modifications for the others, so if you want to be able to do something like this, you will have to use the PC. And it's not Bedrock either, it's the Java edition, which has access to these tools. Yes. So these are, to be honest, I haven't done anything about it, but I'm a big believer that we can make, we can put these kind of tools into the Xbox version, if only they try hard enough, really. I think it would be really great to have some maybe specific items in the inventory, like you could go in the creative inventory here and go to, I don't know, like a tools panel, and then just see, oh, here's a load of brushes, here's the melt brush, here's the erode brush, here's the sphere brush, and then you could load it with different blocks or whatever. I think that would be quite easy for them to do and to make a UI for, and then you could just carry around these, maybe like, they could do it maybe using enchantments. Carry around these enchanted items in your inventory and just use them, and they would do kind of cool stuff, but we'll see. It's probably not going to happen. Alrighty, so we have a bit of a surface here. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to fill out the very lowest lows here using a little technique, cell convex. What this is going to do is let me fill out whole areas at once, so I'm just going to do that. The danger with this is that it creates very flat surfaces. That's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about the triangles. So if I do now set stone, boom. So we filled out, for example there, we've just filled out all the lower areas. So I'm just going to use this to try and kind of make a baseline, as it were. I don't really want to do the whole thing like this because it does create very flat areas, but I think I can make sure that we don't have any big gaping holes anymore. I think I'll actually use dirt because I think it should make a more interesting kind of shape. Replace dirt. So this is the default texture pack, but it's the new default texture pack. So they have recently added well, they're working on a new texture pack, and they have recently started. Well, they've recently released a version which has more. It has changes to it, so it looks like default texture pack, but it's not default texture pack. You will probably see this at some point. So like the granite here, for example, is different. I can't really remember how it used to look, but it looks better now. There's a few changes. Mostly they removed a lot of the grainier blocks, so things like netherrack, for example, looks very grainy and it's kind of been fixed a little bit. They did make the leaves different, and I don't really like the way the leaves look now. I think they look worse, but whatever. I think overall it's an improvement. Right, I'm just going to do a couple more of these filling operations just to make sure that we kind of have a nice flat-ish, well, not flat, but I just want to make sure that we don't have any like big gaping holes, really. Just to fill out any low-lying stuff. Place air, dirt. A little bit of dirt in there, and that looks fine. Yeah, okay. So we just put a little bit more of kind of a baseline of stuff in there. Now I'm going to use a lift brush. Oh, Comic Sans. Good morning, friend. I still don't even know anything about shields, to be honest. I know you've got an inventory option somewhere. But I've never seen a shield that goes in it. So I don't really know what you're supposed to do with it. Oh, there's a shield there. Never mind. Redstone is not my forte. Neither are actual buildings. Really, oh, I need to set the render distance down. It's slowing us down. Really, my strength is in organics and now in terraforming. Anything else I struggle at, really. I can do buildings, but I prefer not to. And redstone, I can do it. I actually work in computer science, so I do know this kind of stuff, the kind of precursors that you need to know to do it. So I can do it, but my favourite. I'm doing well, thanks, Sans. How are you? Hope you are well too. I definitely couldn't whip out a door from scratch. Perhaps I could put a pressure plate next to a door. But I've built some redstone contraptions from guides, of course, over the years. But I've had some understanding at the point where I know what I'm doing. It's not like I'm just parroting everything what's done. So it's not my forte, but can be done. I'm hoping to make this into an adventure map, actually. So I may need to be doing some redstone then. Although I believe redstone's largely been kind of superseded now by command blocks. So maybe we won't need to do any redstone at all. Just be lazy. Oh, hello. Mr. EZ is now hosting me. Thank you, friend. It's been a while. I'm assuming you're here. Hello, hello. Tell me how you've been, friend. And I'm gonna... I think I want to actually keep this sphere here, this cylinder here, sorry. I think I kind of want to keep this ridge, actually. So let's see if we can kind of bring that in. I think it could be cool as like a path, almost. So, I'm going to push... so the lapis, let me show you, actually. So, over here, maybe we can see more basically. Maybe not, I'm not sure. But I used the lapis to sketch out where I was going to build. So maybe we've got a better idea over here. Yeah, so you can kind of see it here. So I sketched out the mountain using the lapis, and then I've kind of filled around it. So they basically my guidelines. Filled up the net of lapis with rocks. Oh, that's cool. Is it school or work? I'm not actually sure whether you. I don't know if you told me whether you work or are at school. So yes, the blue lapis is leftover guidelines. So I'm keeping them there because they can be good for adding, you know, mountains tend to have these kind of ridges on them, which are kind of hard to make actually. It's kind of hard to add that to Minecraft, so I'm kind of trying to leave it there as a, just hoping to maintain it. In fact, you know what we can do? There's a good brush for this. It's a cliff brush. So this is not a voxel sniper brush. So, as the cliff brush sounds, it creates cliffs, but it also creates flat surfaces, which is not kind of what it sounds like it does, but it is what it does, so that's good. So using this, we can kind of quite easily create a nice path in the side of the mountain. We should size it down a little. Oh, cool. So yeah, it sounds busy. I know that feel. I've been pretty busy myself. But I've been kind of trying to force myself to find time for the stream because it's fun, and if I didn't, then I probably wouldn't be doing much with my time. You know, very possible to do too much work. Hello, everybody. Are you studying for something in particular? Are you at university or? The lapis will be gone. When I color this area, which I'm planning on doing, the lapis will just vanish. You won't be able to see it. It will turn into stone. At some point is the plan. So it'll turn into some variety of stone. It will basically be as if it wasn't there. Or not. It won't be as if it wasn't there, but it will be turned. It will be turned to the same kind of stone as around it, is the intention. Alrighty, so we got a little of pathway up there now. I'm thinking this whole area is going to be like trees like these, so I'm trying to work that in. Let me show you Dado Jr. We've got quite a large build around here. I'm working on the mountains at the moment, so you can see it will load it a little. We have a mountain range. If I zoom in, it should be a bit faster. There we go. So we have a mountain range here, and I'm working on this little mountain here on the right. Is it like a community college, or? This project will be very long. There's hundreds of more streams probably in this project. I've got a lot more kind of plans laid out. So yes, there will be lots more to do. So I think we've got this basic shape in here. Looks pretty good now. I mean, obviously it's still a complete mess. We can recolor it though. Actually, let's make it into more of a smooth. Smooth surface. It should be noted that with the way that these mods work, block color doesn't really matter anywhere near as much as it would typically in Minecraft, i.e. these are more important to me just as blocks than as blocks of a specific color. Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping it might be possible to get it on the store. I don't know how that works or whether it's possible, but I would like to do that if it can be done. So maybe it will be available on the Windows Store. I don't know the specifics of it, the Xbox thing. For Java, it'll probably be available for download. So yes, I'm hoping it will be available when it's completed, but it's going to be a while. And it's going to be, I mean, the kind of the heart-wrenching thing about this is, you know, I've got all this beautiful terrain. Hold on, let me just load some of the stuff over here just so you can kind of see what I'm working on. Got all this beautiful terrain, and you know, with the Xbox version, from here you won't be able to see the mountains. Like the mountains won't load. So kind of a shame, really. But I mean, I guess It'll look great on marketing images. Hello, Uncle Bully. Yes, I'm going to do this, complete this. Actually, it's looking pretty good already, isn't it? So I'm going to use a new tool over here, actually. It's called the Blend Ball. Don't really know how it works. No one really knows how it works. Actually, I'm sure some people know how it works. Oh no, that's terrible. It's very important to back up saves. I don't know if you can do that on Xbox very easily, but it should be possible. Alright, so I'm going to use this Blend Ball tool. I don't really know how it works. The main thing it does, though, that's important is, it flattens areas out. So this is very useful. I like to go over anywhere where I expect the player to walk. I can use this Blend Ball on it. And what this will do is just make a nice, flat, walkable surface for them. Because typically, the tools that I'm using don't really generate a very flat space, and so it can be just awful to walk on. So just gonna try and fill out a lot of these spaces. It doesn't play very nicely with different block types, as you can see here, so it's actually going to get rid of some of the dirt, but okay, big deal. That sucks. Alrighty, so next I'm going to do this area a bit more, and I'll be a little bit careful actually. I wonder if I hit this. Oh, I did. I kind of wrecked this area a little bit. Whoops. I hit this one. Oh, I remember building this ages ago. But no, it looks like I didn't actually hit it too badly, so that's good. Is that like Pokemon? Pixelmon? Alrighty, so I'm gonna do a little bit of push on here and just try and shape this a little better. Do a little bit of lift here. I kind of want to join, so we have this kind of structure here. Looks like it's been made of spheres a long time ago. Join this into here. I will do that. Just trying to merge these two areas together a little. Next, after I'm completed with this, I think the next thing will be down here. Oops, I'm still touching apparently. But we'll come back to that actually. So this transition here is kind of ugly, but I guess I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful about it because it's right next to some more delicate work, so I don't really want to mess that up too badly. And this is, I was using a different technique for building rocks back at this point, so I was using cylinders to make these rocks. This was ages ago that I built these, months ago, so just got to be a little bit careful about how I'm going to merge these up because they are two different styles of rock, so I think it should be fairly easy. I just want to use the new style. The old style is kind of bad. Is that like a map? Or is that a game? I don't actually know what that is. I think I actually wanna let's get put some actual rocks in here. I think BR rock stone 4. Let's go. We'll change it to 90, and we can get these rocks in more quickly that way. But at the moment, I'm just kind of pulling at it kind of randomly. It looks just not working great. Pokemon mod. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's cool. I think a lot of big terrains are built using World Painter, which is a very good tool. And probably would have saved me a lot of effort to build these mountains, but I'm holding on to the fact that fully hand-built is going to be more, going to end up better in the long run. And also the fact that I'm making a time-lapse, so hopefully it's going to be worthwhile and not just kind of a waste of time to do it by hand. World Painter really does speed things up in a lot of ways. I think maybe starting with World Painter and then working over the whole thing by hand would have worked better, but eh. We live and learn, or, well, I'm not going to learn though, I'm not going to do it in the future, so we live, I suppose. We do. Cool. I'm using the blend ball again here, just to kind of blend these shapes together. And there we have it. It's a little bit better, I think. Let's just see if we can do something with this. In fact, maybe a lift brush. We can push this back a little. And we'll lift this up actually. A bit too flat. Yes, and what we can do, we can make this a sharper edge, which I think I'm going to do. Alrighty, would you like me to have a look around, since you've been here for 40 minutes, so, you know, or 30 minutes actually. I can show you some of the other builds if you'd like. Yeah? Try and, at the moment I'm thinking this should be more cliff-like. Okay, I will give you the grand tour. So let me just swap over here, render this up. Alrighty, well I'll show you what I'm working on now anyway. So let's just go through here. This is kind of the middle at the moment actually. This probably here is the very central point of the whole build. I don't know about very central point, but let's see. So over here we have just seen that portion. That was the ravine there. See the little bridge. Through there is Peaceful Valley. Maybe we'll see that later potentially. Trying to load in stuff really. That's the entrance to Peaceful Valley over there. We have a little moorland area through here. The reason I'm not flying over there is because if I fly over there, I'm going to unload the stuff that I'm standing on. We've got like a moorland area there. We've got this mountain here, which is kind of what these new mountains are based on. These are the mountains that I'm working on presently. It's not actually that strong a PC. It's an okay PC. But it's not like a super high-level gaming rig. I mean, it is a gaming PC, but it's a gaming laptop and a cheapish one, so it's not fantastic. It's the worst Alienware laptop that's available. So there is the mountain that we did yesterday, and you can see the backside hasn't been done. And through here is the highest peak. There's also still awaiting a lot more attention. There it is. That still needs a lot more time and attention. Let's see, let's fly down here. So this is where I've been working on. This is the time-lapse that I'm working on right now. It's going to be shot from, see here, so in the middle here, a block of glass. There it is. This is the kind of perspective that I was thinking for this time-lapse. So anything that's visible from this position could be kind of worked on. I'm thinking about I probably need to do some work here to make sure this is less. See the backside of the terrain over there. Let's see here. So we got beach all the way around. Like this, we have this flower valley. And over here we have a blossom tree with some like flowers falling off it. Probably too many flowers. I might take some of them away. Here we got more flowers. Some big trees. Very large trees there. Those are very fun and easy to build, and I probably will do more, I think. More stuff out that way, but I'm not sure we'll be able to load it in, actually. Or maybe you can see it through the... No, you can't. Maybe it'll load if we just wait. It might load. Whatever. What do we have here? Another big tree. So I'm using the zoom function because this causes specific areas to load, so it's actually super useful for loading areas that we've missed. We've got a little beach down here. Palm trees. The big trees, I built them. A lot of the small trees were made using, well, grown basically. Almost all of the small trees were grown. The palm trees were not. I built these by hand. They're very annoying to build. They're not fun to build. They're not easy to build. Frustrating to build. So I don't really like building those. Little river going up this way. This is eventually at one point going to lead to. The intention is that there's going to be a volcano out this way. So just hopefully when it's completed, poking through there should be a volcano. Yeah, they look quite good, don't they? They're still not realistic, unfortunately. Realistic trees have still eluded me. It's not something I'm best at. Trees. Alright, we have a little ravine down here. And we got this cool kind of glowing interior of the mountain. Down here is the beach. Got the entranceway to the bay here. Not big enough for a boat to fit in. People have asked me to put a boat in here, but I don't think there's room. Maybe a little boat. And we've got some caves there. I think that's pretty much everything for this area. There's some more stuff kind of peripheral to it. More stuff kind of out there. Stacks and stumps and things. Nothing too impressive. There's also a very, very large beach here. Well, not very, very large, but a large beach which took way too much effort and wasn't worth it. I just did it, really. So I can show. Well, I'm not going to show you the technique, but these guys here were built by hand, fully by hand. The ones down here, and these were built using some techniques. I've discovered a pretty decent technique for making them. Well, there we go. This should all be part of a time lapse, and in theory, what it should look like is nothing. Like looking down, there's nothing, and then all of this is being built. And then come up here and the jungle comes in, the jungle gets built, the mountain gets built, spin around, and then the beach down there gets built, this area gets built, and basically everything just gets built in front of your eyes. I built these, and then I built that, and then go around here, and I built that. Mountain's going to take freaking ages, but pretty much it. Well, the trees are... These palm trees are pretty easy, actually. Just annoying to build, really. So it's like a sloping trunk, and then just kind of leaves going like this. Kind of try to make them not too regular. So yeah. And if you look close, they're not great up close, but en masse they look pretty good. These guys were built using a different technique where you can kind of even see it. They're like, so this is one big long chunk thing. So this was all, the trunk was built using a catenary brush, and the same for these. These were doing a catenary brush, which is like a curved brush. Creates like this bomb burst effect. Looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And then I worked over a little bit by hand as well. Through here is a beach, as I say. Fly over to some of the other areas. Really, I'm only interested in Peaceful Valley. A lot of the others kind of suck. But pretty much all the others suck. Let's just have a look at Peaceful Valley and then we go back to work. Peaceful Valley's next to where I'm working anyway. So, through here is Peaceful Valley. There it is. Once it loads. We're actually extending this, so this was kind of close to completed, but obviously it didn't have the mountains, and now the mountains are going to be in, so it's going to be improving the aesthetic of it a bit. Now, I built this without the texture pack and without the shaders mod, so that's why this looks a bit weird, this waterfall. That's actually white stained glass, so the fact that it looks black is a bit odd to me. Valley is where I started with this really, and what kind of inspired me to do the bigger one. A bigger valley, basically a bigger version of it is what I was imagining. It's not a bigger version of it, it's different. This is good build. Very, very nice. Alrighty. Now it's back to work. Got some more building to do. This is how we do it, is slow and steady. So I'm going to jump straight back into it with a lift brush. And, I'm going to start make this long forgotten edge here look a little bit more attractive. So this has been, I know it's been here for months probably. But I mean, there's unfinished edges on pretty much all of the builds, because it's just, you know, when I finish an edge, I've got to finish the edge of the edge, and the edge of the edge of the edge, and it just keeps going. So I can only do so much. A lot of coastal work, like I've got to do a lot of coast because the whole island is surrounded by coast. Alrighty, have a good night, friend. I hope to see you tomorrow. I will continue my slow and steady progress. Tempted to move this whole area a little more, but maybe not. Look how it is. Do something with this area too. Let's try and blend this in a little more. So let's try and take that edge off there, for example. Just smooth these two sides together. Hello. Good morning, Tokay and Yuri. Right on time. How are you guys doing? I'm working on the same area that I'm always working on. We're doing mountains, and we're very nearly finished actually. I think maybe once this mountain's done, I might. I don't know. I'm not going to actually say that, but I'm thinking I might head over to the volcano and see about that. But that might be a bit of an unfair promise because I probably won't do that. So I need to complete these mountains, and it's going to take me a while. So yes. Hello, Star Gamer TV. I am doing very well this morning. Played Dungeons and Dragons last night like a loser, but I was with my loser friends, so it's okay. And my boss was there. Hey. Yeah, good fun. I would recommend Dungeons and Dragons to anybody. And if you're interested, actually, I would recommend a great podcast, The Adventure Zone, which is by the McElroy brothers, who are big podcasters. Very good podcast. Did enjoy, much enjoyment. If you don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, if you're like interested in fantasy stuff, it's very good. So at the moment I'm trying to hit this edge here just to make sure that we don't have this one terrain meets other terrain effect going on, which is presently what we have, of course. Maybe we can get a little. And it's good fun, honestly. You need some good people to play with. That's the thing I would. You know what? I need to back down, don't I? Just the number one thing is the people you play with is obviously going to impact a lot the nature of the game. Like, you know, if you're playing with some witty non-nerds, it will be a very different game than if you're playing with some extremely dry kind of nerdy nerds, I suppose. But I mean that might be the game for you. To be fair, some people are more about playing the rules and whatever, following the rules to the T and stuff like that. Some people enjoy that kind of stuff. I'm not so much one of those. I do enjoy playing by rules and stuff. But I also enjoy kind of the role play element, the fun you can have. You can have some real, kind of just a laugh. Spinning a ridiculous story is good fun. So I'm just going to fill out here a little more. This whole area I think is going to be taken over with these trees. In fact, I'm not ready to kind of surface this whole thing yet, so I'm going to keep working on the structure. Let's see if we can make this into a nice valley here. Oh, in fact, we could have a separate little valley down here, couldn't we? Oh, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Yes. It's like a mountain. Oh, we could have a lake. Yes. Yes. Okay. So how are we going to do that? We need to flatten this out first. So let's get a nice flat area first. Okay, so D&D, let me describe it to you. You need some friends first. If you don't have friends, then you need to find some friends, because you got to have someone to play with. So what it is, basically, one person is Dungeon Master, and they can find adventures online, or they can come up with an adventure by themselves, and it can be anything, any kind of adventure you can imagine, pretty much. Generally it's in this kind of generic fantasy world, but it doesn't have to be. It can be in any kind of world and with any kind of rules. And basically, the gist of the game is you have a character who's defined and has defined powers and stuff. So, like, I don't know, you can be a rogue or a warrior or whatever. And you have a race and stuff, and you can use your character's skills to solve puzzles that are set to you by the Dungeon Master. So, I don't know, say there's a locked door. You can say to the Dungeon Master, I want to kick the door. And the Dungeon Master might say, oh, you broke your foot. You broke your toe. You could say, I want to look for a key. Can I see any keys? Is there any levers? What can you tell me about the door? And in this way, you kind of build up a picture of what this fantasy world looks like, and it's like an interactive story, almost. Mahjong. Mahjong is somewhat different to Dungeons and Dragons. You actually don't need any kind of a... You could try, if you were a wizard, maybe you could try to burn the door. As happened yesterday, my girlfriend is a dungeon master, so she's the one who decides what happened. We had an incident, we were in a library and the library began burning, which was very unfortunate, but we managed to put it out. My character had very quick thinking, and being a monk, I used his sandal to try and put out the fire, and in the end we were successful in saving the library. Hooray! But as I say, it's a very freeform game. It can be a little bit like oh gosh, it's so difficult to flatten this area out. Let's do a blend ball in here. Just really, oops, really flatten this place. Get a slightly bigger blend ball. So yeah, it can be quite like a party game almost. I mean, it's not a party game, but you know, sometimes things like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the game, this game Mafia. It has a digitized version called Town of Salem, you may have heard of. In some ways it's kind of similar to that, you know, it's a bit of a role-playing game. And I think, as I say, it's got a lot of, you know, to have a lot of players who want to play by the rulebook with the Dungeon Master who's playing very much by the rulebook, or you can kind of have it be more about this kind of exploring a story together, which is also cool. It's a very different game for both the Dungeon Master and for the players, I think. So the Dungeon Master is more, I suppose, derives enjoyment from creating and spinning a story for people, and the other players are kind of enjoying playing in the story. It's a very it's like a free form, you know, choose your own adventure book. It's like a choose your own adventure book, except that the rules aren't fixed in the same way. Like, there's not just a limited number of pages. Alright, so I'm going to use a lift brush here, and we're just going to level this out a little. I don't really know. Oops, it's a smaller lift brush. Struggling to come up with a good technique for kind of flattening this, short of just sticking like spheres in there, cylinders in there, which I don't really want to do. No, so you don't need a board. You can play with a board, but you don't need to have a board. In fact, you don't need to have anything, strictly speaking. Play without anything at all. You need to know the rules. So you need to have a rule book, or at least know all the rules, but you don't need a board, so there can be nothing. There can be nothing on the table, apart from you probably want a character sheet to tell you what your character can do and what their abilities are and stuff. I'd say if you're interested in the game, have a look at... Might be able to find some beginner rules online, I think. Might tell you some more. Or, as I say, try listening to the Adventure Zone, and that will probably guide you into understanding kind of how the game works. That's pretty much how I learned how it works. Cool. So, this is going to be a little lake here, I think. Let's bring this line up, I think. I merge it in. Abu, what's that? I have to describe what that is. Is that... Oh, yeah, I have no idea. So I do play some board games. My other favourite board games, I really like the game Carcassonne. They actually have a digitised version, which is quite good. Game with, it's like dominoes, basically. You have little dominoes, you place out the dominoes, try to make a nice... It seems very luck-based to begin with, and then it turns out it's actually fun. It's not as easy as you think once you get going. Try to basically you're placing these dominoes out to build like a map, depending on where you have your guys and pieces on the map, you get a different amount of points. What is going on here? What? Oh, it's a blend ball. Use the lift brush. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, that's a bit more, yeah, freeform of a game. That sounds great, actually. I think I know what you mean. I played a game with my family once, or more than once actually. My family, I play this game. I think it might be the same game. Of like several rounds. And you put pieces of paper, so you collect a lot. Everybody writes some words they put them in a hat. You take the you form a team. There's 2 teams, and each team takes it in turn to have a 1 minute to get as many words as they can without saying the word, of course. And in the first round, you can say whatever you like. You describe the word. Yeah, I think in the second round, you can only use 1 word as a prompt, so you say 1 word only. And then in the third round, you can't say any words. You have to make a. You have to mime. You can do like a mime, so like charades. And in the fourth round, you're not allowed to say any words. You're not allowed to mime anything. All you're allowed to do is make a noise. Just 1 noise. Yeah, I think that's the. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what you're talking about. That sounds like the same game. Very good, very fun, and a little bit more, as I say, a little bit more freeform than a board game. But I think that's, as I was saying about Dungeons and Dragons, probably one of the greatest things about it is how kind of freeform it is. It can be more of a board game, or it can be more of kind of a social game. Good for a variety of people for that reason. And I mean, it is nerdy. It's horribly nerdy. People always rag on Dungeons and Dragons, really, but. So what? People would probably rag on me for playing Minecraft if they knew. Actually, people do know that I play Minecraft, and they do rag on me for it. This is the nature of being a nerd. Although nerd culture is becoming more and more mainstream, so you know, it's good. We become more accepted. This is starting to form like a really nice kind of landscape here. I'm getting like a lot of elements from it. So I'm basically just freeform merging up these elements to form larger structures at the moment. I don't know what I'm doing. Or what I'm trying to do anyway. Joining things together in places where it looks like they should. Good fun, actually. I'm not really having to think about it. Oh, we could have a cave even. Yes, yes. Maybe we have a cave in there. Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited about this. This is going to be so pretty, I think, once it's done. We're going to have this down here. It's going to be all snow and mountains up there. The lake down here. Oh, yes! Perfect. Perfect. I didn't even think about that. Perfect. It just goes down to the ravine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Done, 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 done. Awesome. So we're going to have this down here. It's going to be surrounded by pine trees, and then with the snow as well. It's going to be awesome. Mark my words. So let's see here. See if we can bring this through a little. Oh, I'm pushing. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to lift. Whoops. In the UK, at Christmas we like to play charades. I think it's based on an actual TV show where you act out a word, and it's great fun. My sister and I are the best, and so it's almost like we have like a tag team. Like what happens is you act out a word. It's a movie or a TV series or a book or a play or a musical or a song, something like that, you know, like a piece of pop culture. You have to act it out, and you can do different prompts to be like, oh, I want to act out the first word, or I want to act out the second word, or how many words there are, stuff like this. They're kind of like established rules. oh, you could just go for like the Hail Mary and just try and act out the entire thing, which can be very difficult, but sometimes you can do it. But yeah, my sister and I are like definitely better at this than most of my family. My mum doesn't really care. She's a bit of a, I don't want to say a killjoy, but she doesn't very engage very well with games. So she's usually like asleep or something. And my brother and dad are what? Spoilers! I'm gonna get doxxed now, aren't I? Found out that I have a brother, a sister, and a dad. Oh no! People know that I have parents. But yeah, my dad and brother try, but they're just not very good at it. And so my sister and I tend to have like a little tag team where I just keep getting each other's prompts, and my brother and dad get more and more frustrated. Yeah, charade. I'm not sure where it comes from. It means I think as a word it means well, you probably know what it means. Like a carrying on, a play almost, I suppose. An act. An act might be kind of how it's used usually in the UK. Alrighty, so I'm thinking actually, maybe we can have, we can fit a big boulder in here. Yeah, let's do that. A big boulder. So, I'm going to fit a big boulder, kind of just hanging in the middle here. Maybe not here, actually. Let's, you know what? Let's fill out the edges first. So I'm just going to fill the base of this area out. And this is probably really frustrating for anyone watching because I'm not completing anything, but in fact I haven't completed anything in years. Be just slowly working through the whole same thing, so excuse me. But I'm just, while I'm kind of thinking on it, I'm trying to get the basic shape sketched out, and then we can kind of fine it. I think the waterfall here would be nice. Yeah, waterfall that comes down here. Maybe we can have a big open area down here with a waterfall in it. Right, it is dark. You know what? I'm going to swap us out of these shaders so that we can get. Right, you ready? You ready for a joke? Oh, wow, amazing. Sarah says, to Dave says, "Gee, you smell good. What have you got on?" Dave says, "Clean socks." Oh god, it's horrible. What a bad joke. It's not even like a good joke. It's not even like a so bad it's good. It's just a bad joke. Oh, it means talking. Interesting. In English, it means more like a carrying on or an act, almost. Something is said to be a charade if it is, yeah, some kind of an act, I think. It can be funny how what the use of different languages' words can mean in a different language because of what it's associated with. So this is not really a language, but in the north we have this word lad, L-A-D, lad. Oops, lad. And this word means a boy. Basically, just a boy is what it means. But then in the south, they use this word lad. It's the same word, but it means kind of a drunken yob, which is unfortunate. Kind of has classist connotations when you think about it. This word that means boy in the north means a yob in the south, so it basically the implication is that all northerners are yobs. But I mean, this is funny if you think about charades. If the French word for if charade means talk in French and it means act in English, the implication there is funny because it implies that the English think the French are all acting. And boom. So no, you have a lass. Is a girl, and it has the same. You have the same connotations as well. A lass. A lass is essentially a female lad. Someone's said to be, I don't know, like you know, like the football squad or the rugby club would all be said to be lads. They're kind of really boyish, kind of laddie behaviour. Okay. My server's not working very well. It's really slow. Yeah, something's going on. A yob. A yob is as I say, someone who acts very boyish, very, you know, kind of rough, I suppose. You know, manly in a bad way. You know how kind of toxic masculinity kind of way. Showing off and bragging and getting drunk and fighting, that kind of stuff is yobbish behaviour. You must know what I mean by that. You probably do have a word in Russian for it, like football hooligans are yobs. Sure, study hard, although he can't hear me, so... Wow, it's so slow, really low, low response rate now. Which is unfortunate. You know what, I'm nearly out of time anyway, so I think I'll call it a day at that. Anyone want to see anything? You want to have a look around, or shall I just, I call it a day for now? It's not really working so well. This guy is very excited to be here, I think. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little, I suppose, just load in of some stuff, and we can just stuff and fire. Actually, what I'm gonna do is fly over and think about what I want to do with this here. Stand on this bridge, trying to get an idea of the view that we'll have. What I'm thinking is down there, waterfall. Through here we'll have water coming through. We won't be able to really see the lake, but that's fine. Trees all the way up here. I can show you where the volcano will be. The volcano will be all the way on the other side. It's going to be out in the sea. I've got muchos plans for the volcano. My plans for the volcano are going to be, well, it's going to be a volcano, it's going to be rounds, it's conic shape. We're going to have lots of smoke and stuff coming out of it. It's going to be here. It's going to be right about, yeah, maybe. Going to have burnt forest around it. Let's see if we can actually even see back there. Someone tell him what my YouTube is. But yes, here. Hopefully it will be visible from yeah, it is just, we can just about see the, no we can't, never mind. It probably won't be visible on the actual build, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. That's going to be where the volcano will be though. So I'm thinking, yeah, lots of, going to build it out with black stuff. Maybe we've got quite a lot of options actually. If we look here in concrete powder, we've got stuff like black concrete powder, which I think is going to make great volcanic ash. We've got black concrete powder, we've got obsidian, of course, which is awesome. We have lava, to say the least. And we have magma blocks. So I'm thinking I could build some, like, these look like burnt trees, so I'm thinking we could build burnt trees, have kind of volcanic ash everywhere. We can probably get grey concrete powder as well, so for kind of like ashes. What I'm thinking is what we could do. In fact, let's do it just because. Let me do it. Here's what I'm thinking we could do to burn trees. So let me grab some dirt here. So I want a jungle tree. B tree. BR tree jungle. Get a jungle tree. Whoops. I messed it up, but I think we're okay. It's okay. Doesn't really matter too much. So what I do here, pause. Just do cell cuboid. Pause 1. And go down to here, and we do pause 2, and we do replace 17 obsidian, and then we do replace what is vines? 106. Replace 106 air. And if we do replace 18, what is let's see here? Concrete powder. We want to do light grey 2528. So replace 18 2528. Boom. That looks cool. And then potentially we can let it fall, and we get this kind of heaped ash, which I think could be cool. We'll figure it out anyway. Lots of options. I suppose keeping it up there and changing it to something grey could be cool as well. Cobwebs, or I mean, maybe even netherrack. Stairs, nether fence. Replace 18113. Boom. Oh, burned. Anyway, options. Hello, Claire. And I'm afraid it's time up. I must be going to work. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've seen some new tricks. Hope you've had a good time, and I hope some of you will check out The Adventure Zone. The Adventure Zone, which is a great podcast that I would recommend. Yes, okay. Alright, thanks everybody. I hope to see you next time. Same time tomorrow, I think. Bye.